Hmm. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this PlayStation Tier 2 stream for NRL. Tonight we will be racing around Bahrain, so hosting the second round of this championship. On Monday, of course, we saw the PlayStation Tier 1 drivers take to the track and navigate it, but tonight it's PlayStation Tier 2 and we've got 17 drivers in tonight, so a nice number of drivers here for the second round. Good to see the attendance high, as that's what we aim for here in Nigel's Racing League. But it is Prems who is kicking us off here with the first lap in this qualifying session, and he's done a decent first sector, but that definitely will not be the quickest one we see today. The Mercedes driver, of course, taking victory last time out in Australia, so he's going to be having all the form and be on the high here coming into round 2. But Bahrain is a very different circuit to Australia, so we'll have to wait and see how he does here around the Bahrain circuit, which is one of the most difficult in the game, despite being one of the most played circuits in the game. But Prems will set the pace here in this qualifying session. It will be the first one to cross the line, and he's going to do a 1:30.486. So not the quickest lap there, as Vettel then beats it with a 1:31, and MW15 slots in between those two drivers, marginally beating out his former teammate Prems. Tiger has now moved himself up into P2 with 1:31. Next across the line will be Gareth, who goes first with the 29.9. MLS BR5 goes into P5, and Y69 BRT goes into P1, 7/10 clear of his teammate. And the Williams boys are 1-2 once again, but that is quickly destroyed by Burgers. 29.6 puts in P2, and AJK in P3 for AlphaTauri with 1:29.8. Next across the line will be Jean in the Haas. He can only improve into P10 at the moment, so not his best lap. Dibaldine will be next across the line for McLaren. Can he move up to near his teammate? No, he can't. Looks like he's slowed down on that lap. Norwegian boys on an outlap, and Chacha, unfortunately for him, has invalidated in that Alpine, so we'll have to wait to see what he can do. But at the moment, a very close qualifying session, but it is Y69 BRT in front now, but almost 3 to 4 tenths, and it looks like the Frenchman has got the pace once again. Last week, of course, it was Gareth on pole, and I believe Y69 BRT started in P2 after Williams front row lockout, and Y69 BRT had the pace, but I think he mistimed his final run. But it looks like if he can get nailed on this season, looks like the Frenchman is the man to beat in qualifying so far. But there's plenty of rounds still yet to go, as Norwegian boy we saw make a mistake through that first sector, and he had to back out. Carlos is going for another lap in that Aston Martin, so let's see what he can do. The Delta did not look too good. He was up by about 6 seconds, but that would keep him P11, and like predicted, he does stay P11, but he gets pretty close to Jean there. And then let's stay on ball with Dibaldine now, who will be the next man to set a lap time in this qualifying session in that nice looking McLaren car. As he comes to the line, his teammate Berger's gone for another lap but can't improve. Dibaldine only moves up to P11 at the moment, so Irishman is gonna has some work to do on his next few runs. But let's ride on board with Jayville here for Red Bull. A very quick driver here. He has won at this circuit before. He took victory in season 1, I believe, in the finale, because Bahrain was the final round on the calendar, I believe, and it was Jabil who took victory. So he knows how to taste winning success around here. So let's hope he can keep that form up, as we see Pibardine go for a massive 360 there in the McLaren. So that's unfortunately ruined his tyres there, so he's going to have to come in and box for a new set. But Jabil's lap has been decent so far. He keeps it on track during the tricky left-hander that everyone hates here around Bahrain. But a Norwegian boy is out of the session, so looks like he's retired in the pit lane, so not quite sure what's happening there for the Norwegian driver, but he's out of qualifying and he will have to start from P17 and last on the grid for today's race. But it's Jabil purple through sector 1. What can he do through sector 2? What can he do as he nears the line to finish off his first lap in this qualifying session? Can he put himself onto the front row perhaps, or possibly onto provisional pole? No, he cannot, but he puts himself onto the front row, 29.316, and he comes very close to Y69 BRT, who's still the only man in the 129.2s. And Charger had an interesting moment there. I'm not quite sure what I watched, but that was interesting to say the least. But anyways, Jabil up onto the front row, but now is Vettin here going for a lap in the Ferrari. So let's see how he does on this lap. As Vettin comes to line and puts in a 129.6 there in the Ferrari. A very nice lap time there for the Ferrari driver, but MSR BR5 is up by almost a second on his lap time here, and he moves up into provisional pole with a 128.7. Amazing lap from the Red Bull driver, who sets a new benchmark here, improving, going 5/10 clear of Y69 BRT, who's originally holding the provisional pole position, but now AJK will be next across the line, and he improves, but not by a lot, and unfortunately stays in P6 for him. Gareth will be next on the cross line for Williams. He's up by about 7 tenths here on his lap, but it looks like he's backed out, so maybe a mistake there in the final sector for the Welshman. He now has to pull into the pit lane. Tiger Assassin will be the next one to cross the line here for Aston Martin. He improves up into P7 with a 29.7. Unfortunately, cannot get under the 129.5 benchmark here. That's been set by multiple drivers so far. Welcome to the stream, Luca Rosman. I hope you're enjoying it, and as always, cheering on Jabil. Currently sitting in P3 here after the first few runs, but he still 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Plenty of time for him to come out and put in some respectable lap times. But anyways, talk about respectable lap times. I thought Y69 BRT was on one, but unfortunately he backed out there on his lap. so he cannot improve on his second run in this session, and he's going to have to go again, and that puts all the pressure on his final run unless he managed to get out for 2 before the end of this session, which I doubt he will be able to. But quite a few drivers on laps at the moment, but unfortunately for them, most of them have invalidated. But Bergler is coming to the end of his lap here in the McLaren. He's about 6 tenths up through the first 2 sectors, so let's see what he can do as he comes to line. The bar is flashing for low fuel, but I don't think he cares about that right now as he goes up into P2 with a 128.982, the second man to break into the 128s tonight, and he now sits in P2, but there's still plenty of time for this to change in this qualified session, as Prems has taken a very interesting line there through that section. It's like MW15, I don't know if he's going for another lap, as Carlos has improved up into P9 for Aston Martin, 2 positions behind his Aston Martin counterpart Tiger Assassin. Currently sits in P7, and John there has gone for a spin there in the Haas, so not the greatest debut for the Haas driver, but there's still plenty of time for him to come in and get another run in here before the end of the session, as that is that's MLS VR5 leaving the pit lane. So I'm not sure, these guys left it very late to try and go for 2 runs, so I'm not sure if this is the final run for most of these drivers, but I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Gareth is starting his lap here for Williams, but Prems was ending his lap, but unfortunately he's way down in his delta. Thibaldine is in the pit lane. Bergler's run out of fuel here on his way to the pit lane, and so it looks like at the moment Gareth is the only one on a flying lap. The Welshman took pole position here last week in Australia, but at the moment he doesn't have the pace to compete with the guys at the top, but saying that he's improved by 3 tenths during sector 1, so a good sector 1 for the Welshman. Let's see how he has a bit of snap of oversteer on the exit, but he run all over that curb, so that's not going to be great for lap time. He gets turn 10 nicely hooked up though, so we'll have to wait and see. Revving the engine out as he comes down the straight. He's got that is a Red Bull, I'm not sure if MLS BR or Jabil, but one of the Red Bulls is in front of him. That is in fact MLS BR5, and Gareth makes a mistake through the long never-ending right-hander, so that might be the end of his and MLS BR5 is just broke in the middle of the corner and has just completely screwed over Gareth. I don't think MLS BR5 knew that Gareth was on a flying lap, and unfortunately they have made contact now, so I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that one there, but they still have enough time to go out and get another run, so that should be okay for both drivers. So I presume both got damage from that contact, as MLS BR5 also pulled into the pit lane. But anyways, Jean here is struggling as he's going slowly down the straight. Let's see if anyone's ending their laps. Weisenheim BRT is actually purple through the second sector, but he's not that much up on his delta. Let's see if he can find any time during this final corner. He locks up a bit and misses the apex, and unfortunately for him spins it on the curb, so he will be I think that is the end of this session, unfortunately, because I don't think there's enough time to come into the pit lane and go out again. So once again the Frenchman has the pace, but unfortunately cannot convert the pace into a pole position, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks like a flurry of cars coming out here. Aston Martin of Tiger, AJUK, and whoever that Red Bull is behind Jabil, I believe. No, MLS BR5. So Gareth is behind them, but these guys, a lot of them are on outlaps, and I don't know if they'll have enough time to make the line with them all slowing down here. Well, with all them slowing down towards the end of the laps to try and get perfect space for their runs. I'm not sure if they will have the space or time to get around, but we'll wait and see. This could be another Italy 2020 situation, but Charcha 7003 is on a lap here, and he's about 7 tenths up through the first few sectors. That is a Red Bull that has gone off the track, and I believe that is Jabil there as he pulls into pit lane. Charcha improves to a 131.4, but unfortunately he's got enough to challenge anyone in front of him, and he stays in P14 there. But anyways, back to this situation here. Easy Level Bot has retired from the session, so Tiger now is coming around the final corner with about, I can't see the time, but I don't think there's long left in this session, as they're now all coming around the final corners. There's about 10 seconds left, so looks like everyone has managed to make the line, but not in the best of space here, as Jean has actually improved into P12, so fair play to him. But Prems and M315 are very close together on their laps here, but now this is the final shootdown. White69 BRT and Jabil unfortunately finished for tonight's qualifying session, so they'll have to watch the rest of this session unfold from the sidelines. But the first man to cross the line will be El Patrick 07 in the Alfa Romeo tonight, reserving for Nathan VD Burke, who unfortunately cannot make tonight's race. But let's see how he does as he comes to the line. He improves into P15 131.6, so doesn't actually overtake anyone apart from Isabel, Norwegian boy, who unfortunately didn't get laps in. Thibaldine improves into P8 with a 129.8. Next across the line will be Vettel for Ferrari. What can he do? Currently 129.6. He goes into P4 with 129.3. Carlos will be next across the line. He pulls into the pit lane. Bergler is next, and he puts onto provisional pole with 128.642. Amazing lap from the McLaren driver. Now all the pressure is on MLS BR5, who's now coming around the final corner. Can he take back provisional pole? Yes, he can. The 128.5 there for the Red Bull, as Tiger Assassin AJK trade places before AJK and Tiger Assassin trade places for P6 and P7. But unfortunately that is the end of their qualifying session. Prems has had to slow down. He has not managed to be able to convert his lap, so that is the end of qualifying. Is MLS BR5 on pole position. He stole it back off the McLaren of Bergler right at the death of the session, and an amazing qualifying session here, as Jean now, we're just waiting for him to come into the pit lane so we can get racing. But Carlos has unfortunately left the session, and unfortunately for some reason in this game you can't invite people back to the session, so hopefully he can get into the session before the race starts. Otherwise that could be quite problematic for him. But anyways, it's MLS BR5 on pole position for Red Bull, and Y69 BRT starts in P3, and the Williams, who locked out the front row last week, only start in P3 and P8 in tonight's showdown. As there we go, session over. So El Patrick standing in as a reserve from tier 3 unfortunately did not have the greatest session, and Easy Level Bot has for some reason also lagged out of their session, so hopefully these guys can get back in before the race start. As we look at the qualifying results, so Emirates BR5 on pole position, and it's less than a tenth separating him and Berger, who starts in P2. There's about 6 tenths back, 7 tenths back to Y69 BRT for Williams, who starts alongside Vettel. AJK and Jay will lock out the third row. Tiger Assassin and Gav start in P7 and 8. Thibaldine in 9th, M315 10th, Carlos in 11th, Prems in 12th, Jean in 13th, Char 14th, El Pratchett starts 15th, and then Easy Level Bot and Norwegian Boy round out the grid. Both drivers not getting a lap in tonight's qualifying session. And of course, no formation lap for tonight. Yeah, no formation lap for tonight, as it's still all glitched out, and that is in fact true. The top 3 is all tier 3 drivers, so the tier 2 drivers getting shown out for tonight, but we'll see how they do in the race, as the race is a very different story to qualifying. But of course, if you want to support us, you can subscribe to our channel or help boost our server. But enough of that, let's get back to the racing action as we go towards 5 red lights. MLS BR5 on pole position, he gets a clean start, but then has a bit of snap, and that is slow down Berger, and that's allowed Y9 BRT to go around the outside, and this is going to be chaotic into turn 1 here. There's 3 cars, 3 abreast into turn 1. Somehow someone is ghosted there, and they've all managed to keep it clean at the moment, and this is chaotic. And the two McLarens, Berger's out of the session. Thibaudin unfortunately just lost it there, and then unfortunately took out his teammate, and Berger's out of the session. We have a virtual safety car and a chaotic start here in Bahrain, but it's Jayville who somehow come from I do not know where he started. He's come from P5 actually into P1. M315 has somehow gone up into P2. Y69 BRT is in P3 here. His soft tyre gamble once again not paying off. MLS BR5 is dropped from pole to 4th position. Gaff is in 5th. Jean is in 7th. And Vettin's in 6th. I wonder why they switched positions there. But El Patrick has managed to move up into P8 from P15, so good start for him. Tiger Assassin's in 9th at the moment. Prems is 10th for Mercedes, followed closely behind by his teammate Norwegian Boy in 11th. LJK is in 12th at the moment for AlphaTauri, no good start for him. Carlos is in 13th, his AI car not getting caught up in the chaos. East Level Bot in 14th, and his teammate Char in 15th, so 2 Alpines have switched position on this start here. And Thibaudin, of course, in P16 after losing the rear end and going straight into his teammate. Berger will not be happy about that one. Norwegian Boy has been caught napping here on the restart. No, he's actually into the pit lane. But it's Jayville who's set the fastest lap, and Y9 BRT has already managed to get past M315, who's struggling here as he loses 2 positions now, and that is MLS BR5 who's now passed him. Gareth could have a chance here into turn 4, but it looks like he's not going to go. He's not going to go for it at the moment. He's just going to stay behind and be patient. But at the moment, the 2 Red Bulls and the 2 Williams cars occupy the top 5, as there's an optimistic move from MLS BR5, almost barging his way past the Williams, but he lets the Williams drive back past. But by doing that, he's allowed M315 to get down the inside. It's a brilliant move from the Englishman, who now takes advantage of the situation, moves up into P3. There was a Haas off in the background, that I believe is Jean, who's unfortunately now dropped into 12th position here, as now MLS BR5 is already all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. Might go for a move here at the end of sector 2. He's all over the rear diffuser of the Alfa Romeo, but cannot make the move as they now head towards the final corner. Can he do anything? Also behind him, Gareth is going to be looking for a move on him if he's not careful, as they now head down towards the final corner. Late break from NS BR5. He manages to get very close to Alfa Romeo, but Gareth is very close to him, so this could be 3 wide 3 wide down the straight here, as now MLSBR5 has got the slipstream here in towards turn 1. He's not going to use the ERS. MDO15 is already into the 30%. I've only had one real full lap of racing, as look, watch out for Tiger and Prems here. He might also be having a duel here at the back. But anyways, back to this battle. MLSBR5 and Gareth have now got DRS, but Gareth is the one attacking MLSBR5, and MLSBR5 is not attacking MDO15. Gareth is going to try around the outside. Can he make the move? Well, yes he can, because MLSBR5 has spun and he has reset to track, which is a disqualification. So that is the end of the Red Bull Drivers' night, unfortunately for him. He will now drop to last effectively, as he's reset to track, which is forbidden in the rules. So there is El Patri, who's made a massive mistake there into the difficult downhill braking section. He's now fallen down into PA, and he's picked up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. He's going to be under attack from the Season 1 Tier 2 Drivers Champion AJK, but he defends well around the outside, as AJK is frustrated by the Alfa Romeo driver. But now back to the front, Y69 BRT is really trying to make these soft compound tyres work, as he set a purple sector 2. He's now all over the back of Jable, and he's going to have the DRS. AJK has managed to get past El Patrick, who's run wide again. Isel Bot has moved himself up into P10, and Chacha and Carlos is going to have a duel here in towards the final corner, as Chacha actually keeps the P13 position. But here goes Y69 BRT around the outside of Javel. Javel defends it well into turn 1, perfectly placing that car, but M15 is already out of ERS, and we're only on lap 3 here, lap 4 here of racing action. But East level bot now could be launching an attack on El Patrick, who's been struggling these last few laps here to stay on the pace. But MLSBR5, who spun in what I'd like to say true Sebastian Vettel fashion at that corner, following the GOAT himself, is now all over the back of East level bot. Is going to go for a move, and El Patrick, if he'd not also locked up, that could have been MLSBR5 spinning around. But the Red Bull makes a nice move down the inside of East level bot, and he is on the pace here, as he picks up another position on El Patrick, who once again struggles out of turn 10 and runs wide. But at the moment, Jean has picked up a 3-second time penalty for the Haas F1 team there at the back. But at the moment, Y9 BRT is not able to make the move on Jable. But there's a Mercedes round, that's the Norwegian boy at the back. He's unfortunately spun around, and his day goes from bad to worse here, as he's now struggling at the back, along with Thibardine, who unfortunately for him not only lost it, but also took out his teammates. So Andreas Seidel and Ross Brown will not be too happy with that one. But anyways, Y69 BRT down the inside here of Jayville. Jayville tries to defend it. He's going to keep it down the inside, but Y69 BRT just has more grit. But Jayville now is going to have the run on Y69 BRT, who had to compromise his line there to get them moved on. None of them have DRS, interestingly. And Jayville's going to try around the outside. Norwegian boys crashed here, and fortunately Y69 BRT keeps the position, and crucially the safety car comes out, and he keeps the position just before the safety car. So Norwegian boy has crashed out of the session, and he is out. He's left the session, so not a good night for the Mercedes driver now. It makes one DNF from one race start, but now it's going to be interesting to see how strategy plays out. I wonder if anyone will box here for new tyres, as there is plenty of time here to plenty of time left in this race. So I'm not sure if the hards will make it to the end, but if not, a 2-stop could be possible. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But Y9 BRT, crucially getting moved on right before the safety car was deployed, so he will have the first choice on the strategy. Will he come into the pit lane, or will he stay out? It looks like he's going to box here for Williams. Jable stays out, MD15 stays out, Gareth stays out, Veteran stays out, Tiger stays out, AJK stays out, Prems into the pit lane, MSBR5 follows him in, East Delta Bot stays out, El Patrick follows him in, Char is going to box as well. Carlos is going to follow him in, and then Jean and Thibardine on new tyres. So all the people that started on the medium tyres staying out there, apart from MLS BR5, who boxed for new tyres. So this is a very similar situation to what happened last week, where White's 9 BRT was in the higher up positions, and then he had to, because he started on the softs, he boxed for hard compound tyres at the first safety car, and then he just got caught up in the pack. So hopefully he doesn't face the same fate today, as he has been at the front challenging Jabil, who now leads in Tier 2 once again. For those of you who weren't on stream last week, Jabil sadly got taken out. Gareth lost it on the traction, and Jabil was right behind him and drove straight into him, causing both drivers to DNF. Neither were at fault there. Gareth lost the rear end, his own mistake, but he didn't intentionally take Jabil out, as up until that point they were having a very nice battle for P1, but their DNF gave this man the chance to go on and win the race. Prem's away, taking his second race win in NRL, but at the moment his chances for a race win are not looking that high at the moment. But at the moment it's Jabil in P1, M315 runs P2 for Alfa Romeo, Gareth in P3, Vetus P4, Terry Assassin P5, LJK P6, Ezel in P7, White's 9 BRT P8, Prems in P9, MLS BR5 P10, El Patrick P11, Charchar in P12, Carlos P13, Jean in P14, Thibardine in P15, and then our two DNFEs, Norwegian Boy and Burger 78. So for those of you that weren't here last week, like I've said multiple times, Prems was the race winner from that race, and he leads the Drivers' Championship at the moment in P2 in championship. So Prems leads with 26 points in P2 at the moment in the championship is Vetton. Vetton, who currently sits P4 in this race. He got a podium last week for Ferrari. Sam Burke sits in P3. He got P4 for Alfa Romeo last week. And then YZ9 BRT sits in 5th. YZ9 BRT sits in 4th. Tiger sits in 5th. Carlos sits in 6th. Jabil 7th. Charlie Jabil 7th, and then all these guys below him, including Jabil himself, who scored 0 points. So Charlie, AJK, Nathan Beasley Burke, Gareth Minimad, Charchar, and others. So it is Mercedes who leads the Constructors' Championship with 26 points. And then in P2 is Ferrari with 18, McLaren sits in 3rd with 15, Aston Martin are 4th with 14 points, Alfa Romeo 5th with 12 points, Williams in 6th with 10, and all the other teams are yet to score points at the moment. So hopefully they can do that at some point this season. Safety car is in this lap, so let's get back to the race in action here as we're going towards 10 this 8th lap of this Grand Prix. Jabil will lead us away once again here in NRL, just like last week. I believe he led us away in the safety car restart. This time he has MW15 behind him to deal with, so hopefully he can keep the Alfa Romeo at bay now, as hopefully the pack doesn't clog up like this side by side, and this is going to be an awful restart. It's just Jabil, I'm not sure what he's doing, why he waited so long, but anyways, Gareth has got the jump on MW15, and this is going to be chaotic into turn 1. It looks like lap 1 was as well. 3 wide here at the back between YZ9 BRT and MLS BR5. Vetton's had a bit of a moment coming out of turn 2, and that's MLS BR5. He is round. Luckily, he's kept out of the barrier. Gareth has moved up to P2. Prem is going to look for a move around the outside of easy level button. He actually gets a switch back here on the Alpine driver. and that's a very nice move from the Mercedes, who now moves himself up into P6. At the moment, Carlos runs a bit deep there, and he's now going to be under attack from Vettel. He's going to try go around the outside, and yes he does. And Thibaudin giving Carlos a bit of a bump there down the inside, but the McLaren driver now struggling on traction against the Aston Martin. Can he make the move around the outside? L. Patrick runs once again wide at turn 10. Thibaudin also runs wide and takes a position from Carlos. So I wonder if he'll give that back, as Carlos looks like he's struggling a bit there, as he actually gets overtaken there by Char. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But J-Bill has a gap of 1.2 now at the front. Can he maintain this gap as L. Patrick's run wide once again, and now is under pressure from Y69 BRT. The Frenchman has taken no prisoners. He's going to try go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo into the final corner. Can he make the move? Yes he can. Nice and clean. Runs onto the curb though, so that gives L. Patrick the better run out of the corner. Now Vettel's going to have a run on both these guys, and then now fight down the straight. Y69 BRT looks like he's got better straight line speed than the Alfa Romeo as they now head down towards turn 1. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes is going to be Y69 BRT. He sweeps around the outside, but L. Patrick could have the switch back here on the medium. He's going to have better grip, and that's exactly what he does. A textbook move there from L. Patrick 07, who now moves himself back up into P9. Well defended there, and Y69 BRT is going to be frustrated behind the back of this Alfa Romeo car, who he cannot seem to make the move on. But Char's in at the back for new Stockholm tyres, so possibly damage there for the Alpine driver, who's unfortunately had to box once again in this race. But Y9 BRT looks like he's made a mistake there, as he's been overtaken by Vettel, and L. Patrick is... Ooh! L. Patrick with a bit of a slide there through turn 10. He's been struggling through that corner all day, and looks like Vettel might have picked up a bit of damage by tapping him there. But his wing looks fine visually, but that might be light damage for Vettel. Thankfully, the damage isn't as bad in this game. Like, if you get light damage, you can continue, as the cars aren't so reliant on the front wing downforce anymore. But anyways, at the front, Gaff has managed to get back within DRS range, and he's set the fastest lap 1:32.5. So it looks like we're going to see a repeat of Australia from last week. But Y9 BRT now is going to be under pressure from Thibaudin now as they come down the straight. Can Thibaudin make the move? And also Vettel is going to be looking for the move here on L. Patrick, and gets a move done into braking. L. Patrick just broke so early and allowed Vettel to go clean around the outside. Now L. Patrick is going to be under pressure from Y9 BRT, but L. Patrick is going to do the same exact thing he did last lap and get this switchback done. Is he going to try and move down the side of Vettel? No, he's not. He's actually going to get tapped from behind by Y9 BRT and have a bit of a moment, but luckily he keeps his foot in, and Y9 BRT smartly gives his position back and to not get penalised. But that's actually given Thibaudin a bit of an advantage. HRUK, I believe, had a bit of a moment. He's now dropped down to P8. Y9 BRT though, by going into the back of the Alfa Romeo, has damaged his front wing. Gaff has made a big mistake here somewhere, because he's now 1.3 behind, and that is L. Patrick, who's finally lost it at turn 10 after many laps of threatening to. And unfortunately for Alfa Romeo, their other driver MW15 has lost the rear end as well. He was in P3 right all over the back of Gareth, when it's fortunately fallen off. So Gareth made a mistake somewhere, because he was 4 tenths behind at the start of this lap, and now he's 1.4 behind. So unfortunately for him, he will not be able to challenge Jay at the moment, but we know how much pace the Welshman has, and he can definitely attack. This MW15 is going to come in for a new set of tyres, and this is going to unleash MLS BR5 to attack Vettel here down the straight. Can he possibly make the move here on the Ferrari driver? Looks like he's going to stick behind for now, but can he get the move done on traction coming out of turn 2? Vettel will not have any DRS as East Level Bot makes a move there on Prems for P4, but it's going to be MLS BR5 going to try go around the outside. He sells the move onto Vettel, and it's the textbook switchback from MLS BR5. Beautiful move there, as Jean somehow through all the chaos is running P6. I did not pick this up, but Easy Level Bot now has moved himself up into P4 after getting past Prems there. So a nice move for him. NJK runs wide at turn 10, and not much battling going on at the moment. A couple drivers within DRS range of each other. YC9BRT has tried to carry on with the wing damage, and he's just losing heaps of time here, as he's now going to be under pressure from Carlos now as they head down towards turn 11. Carlos is going to back out into towards turn 11. He knows he can be patient, as YC9BRT has the worst YC9BRT is in a worse position, so will not be able to compete with the Aston Martin due to his wing damage. But interestingly, back at the front, I was going to say Gareth had gone within DRS range, but he had not. But he will have DRS range for the second straight here, but we'll have to wait and see how he does. Veterans into the pit lane, so it looks like Ferrari also picked up damage somewhere on this lap, as Carlos now is going to be attacking YZ9 BRT in towards turn 1. Jean picked up 3-second time penalty. Carlos now is going to have the traction coming out of turn 2 and 3. Can he make the move here down towards turn 4? Looks like he's not going to use the ERS just at the moment, so he's just going to stay behind and conserve it here, as Jean also picked up another 3-second time penalty, so he's now on 6 seconds. El Patrick has 3, and so does Charger, and he's under pressure from the season 1 tier 2 champion AJK, and that is YZ9 BRT and Carlos. They made contact somewhere, and both of them have come off worse, and they are both off the track. And now El Patrick is going to try attack MLS BR5 in towards turn 10. This would not be a good idea considering his struggles through turn 10 all day, but this time he's kept it on track, and he's got good traction here off the exit. For some reason he did not get DRS, which is absurd really, but unfortunately cannot make the move here, and AJK is going to be setting up a move. But look at this here, Gareth is now very close to J-Bull, and down towards turn 1 he could be making a move on the Red Bull driver. Oh, he's gone a bit too late on the brakes there, and he's actually hit J-Bull. He might have picked up damage there, but it doesn't look like it, and he didn't see any end plate flying off, but J-Bull ran deep, and now this could give Gareth the chance to attack him, but J-Bull defends it well, but he's actually run a bit deep, but Gareth, unfortunately for him, cannot capitalise on the situation. AJK has managed to get past Jean whilst we were watching the leaders battle, and YC9 BRT has finally decided to come into the pit lane and get off those hard tyres with the damaged front wing. So not the greatest race for him tonight, as he has a 5-second time penalty as well. Maybe no, sorry, that was just them changing his wing, my bad. But anyways, back at the front, the gap is only 4 tenths now, and this is getting very spicy. We saw these two duel here in Bahrain last week. Sorry, not in Bahrain, sorry, in Australia last week, and they're about to do battle once again here around the circuit of Bahrain. Can Gareth possibly make a move here, as he's very close to J-Bull? But all these guys will have to box again here, as these mediums will definitely not pull the trigger now. Gareth is going to follow him in, so Gareth not want to lose out on J-Bull here through possibly an undercut. So both should have equal pit stops. So MLS BR5 saying fastest lap there in the Red Bull. He has had a quiet race after the spin, but he's slowly coming back, and he's caught back up to this battle for the podium between Tiger, Easy Level Bot, Prems, AJK, Jean. All these guys fighting for P3 at the moment, as the top 2 are far out of sight, but clean stops for both, and J-Bull has come out in front of Gareth, but Gareth is weaving down straight here to get temperature into his tires. Hopefully he does not bin it, as we've seen a few drivers do that this year with the new tires, which are difficult to adjust to, as they are stone cold as you come in the pit lane. But of course, I believe it was last week we saw Gareth go long and get the overcut on J-Bull, I believe. So could Tiger Assassin possibly try something like that here? Try overcut the leaders. He was quite far behind, but if these guys do not have good outlaps, then he could be in the money here, as MLS BR5 gets past Jean, who's unfortunately for him, he is spun around the tricky right-hander of turn 13, so he's gonna have to go turn 13. He's gonna have to come into the pit lane with Isolov Bot and Tiger Assassin, who've also decided to pull the trigger on this lap. If you are Prems right now, you're stuck in the DRS train. Prems or ADOK, you're stuck in the DRS train. There's 14 laps to go. Prems' tyres are still only 9 laps old. So I'm thinking, could he stretch it out and then possibly go for a set of softs at the end of this race? I'm thinking that would be the best strategy for the Mercedes driver. But anyways, Gareth and Javel are doing duel again. Dibaldine has had a spin coming out of turn 4, and Jean has overtaken him. But Javel stays in front of Gareth once again, and Gareth is going to be completely frustrated. Tiger is about 2.6 seconds adrift of the two leaders, and Prems was in that DRS train with Tiger, so he'll be like, what, maybe 2 seconds off Tiger, so about 5 to 6 seconds off the leaders. So if he could pull off this strategy of going a bit longer into this race with the medium tyres and then box for the softs, I think it could be very beneficial for him towards the end of this race, possibly give him his second race win of the season, and worst case scenario, his second podium. But that's AJRK who's spun around. I'm not sure if he made contact with MLS BR5 there. I think he just lost it by himself. Unfortunately for the season 1 champion, he's going to have to box now. He was in the battle for podium, but he will fall quite far behind East Level Button Tiger now. But MLS BR5 fighting that Red Bull there through turn 2, so maybe the balance of the car is not quite right with him at the moment. But he is also another one who can try the strategy of going onto the softs at the end, as he's on the hards, and they'll definitely make it to about lap. They only need to go to about lap 21, lap 22. That's when they can box with new tires, new softs, and they'll definitely make it to the end of the race. But MLS BR5, if he wants to be very, very ambitious, he could try and stretch these tires to the end. 23 laps on the hards. It's a respectable stint. It's very far, but if he has good tire management, he could make it. So all these different strategies here is going to be interesting to see how they pay out. But at the moment, the provisional leaders are Javel and Gareth. Not leading at the moment, but they are the lead pack. And then it's Tiger a few seconds back. Carlos is asked about the team, has lost it out of turn 10. Tiger was about 2.5 coming out of the pit lane, but looks like probably a slow outlap, which is giving him the leaders a 5-second buffer. But with Gareth, he's picked up a 3-second time penalty, so that is going to complicate his bid to win this race. But now he's going to have a lot of confidence here, as he can see Jabil's light flashing. Jabil's out of ERS. MLS BR5 has made a move past Prems up into P1 and taken the lead of this race. Prems cannot fight it back here, but Gareth now, he has the confidence. He knows Jabil is out of ERS. He's going to set Jabil up for a move onto he's going to set Jabil up for a move down here on the second straight of 3 here in Bahrain, of 4 sorry, here in Bahrain. Can he make the move here on this straight? No, not for now, but he's going to have all the confidence in the world, knowing that Jabil is low on ERS, and he will be certainly fancying his chances here towards the end of this race. Oh yes, this is, yeah, MLS BR5 is in fact disqualified. Thank you for reminding me. So wherever the Red Bull driver finishes tonight, it will be void as he reset it to track. So essentially Prems is still the race leader of this race for now, but we'll wait and see how strategy plays out as even though MLS BR5 is qualified, he's still racing, as there's no way for me to tell him he's qualified, as he's probably not checking his phone in the middle of the race. But he will be a bit under pressure from Prems here, who has the ERS and DRS. But this is good. This is good for Prems here, because MLS BR5, I believe, yeah, MLS BR5 is the fastest man on track right now. But anyways, I'll talk about that later, because now his teammate Jabil is under pressure from Gareth, who goes to the fakes the inside, goes to the outside. Both drivers lock up into turn 1, but again, perfectly defended from Jabil. He just defends the inside and gets his marks spot on. But can Gareth get the run out of turn 3? No, he cannot. Charge out of the session. He is retired, and that's brought out safety car. And this could be massive. This could be massive in the race here, because now Prems and MLS BR5 are going to have the chance to box here. There's Char in the barrier. He looks like he just lost it out on traction out of turn 5, and MLS BR5 has picked up a drive which is speeding on the safety car, and so has Jean. Prems has overtaken MLS BR5, and I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but that might be a glitch from the game, as I believe in Tier 1's race there was a glitch with the Delta where some drivers were like minus 12 seconds, but either way it doesn't affect MLS BR5, as he's going to be disqualified in the final result anyways. But both drivers, I presume, are now going to box. Prems does not box. And I'm not quite sure what he's thinking here, because everyone is boxing. These two do not box either, but that's respectable. They're on new tyres. Tiger's also going to stay out. Easy level bot is going to stay out. MDO 15 will be the next one to make the decision of boxing or not. But I don't understand why Prems is not boxed. He's on 13 lap old mediums, and there's 11 laps left in this race. He could easily box on the softs and make it. So strategic there, but because those mediums will definitely not make it to the end of the race, and if they will, he will be overtaken. But I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. There's a likely chance that we get a 4th safety car tonight, like in Australia, so maybe he was waiting for that. But still, as we get very interesting camera angles, Vettin there, still this makes no sense, this strategy call by Prems. But I'll wait and see how it works out. Charger leads the session. Luca Rosman in chat saying the racecraft from Jabil is incredible, unreal. And I agree with you. His defending so far has been amazing, and no mistakes, no penalties, has kept it clean. And surely after the disappointment of last week, you can't be disappointed twice, and hopefully he can take home the win here for Red Bull. It's almost an ideal situation for him, with Prems on the mediums, which are so old he will not be able to defend against Jabil, so Jabil should just fly right past him. If Gareth overtakes Jabil just needs to stay within 3 seconds. Unless BR5 is on softs, but he's disqualified from the race anyways. Tiger is a level bot. I don't think those guys will challenge him, so he just has to watch out for, like, well, to be honest, this is an ideal situation for him. Like, no one can essentially beat him from this situation unless Fibal 13D puts in some amazing laps. I don't think there's anyone that can stop Jabil from winning tonight. But I'll try not to jinx him, and hopefully, well, he has to hope for a clean safety car restart, because that's the thing throwing the most uncertainty into his plans at the moment. And also, if Prem's somehow manages to find pace on his mediums, that could also be a bit of a problem for Jabil. Overtaking has not been the easiest tonight, but Jabil is very good at racecraft, as Luca mentioned earlier in the stream. So we'll wait and see how it goes, as now all 14 cars left in this race have almost caught up to the safety car pack, so hopefully we can go racing again this lap. And of course, if you want to support us, you can head to our Discord channel. Sorry, you can head to our Discord server and boost the server. That would help us amazingly, and we'd be able to like get animations and cool stuff that would help us boost the league. And if you want to help us out even more, you can subscribe to us on Twitch, which also helps us out in the league. But safety car is in this lap, so it will be Prems who leads us away. Hopefully he doesn't have as bad a restart as MDO15 did on the last one. Pardon me. And hopefully they all stay in single file off this restart. And MLS BR5, I'm not sure what's happened here, but he's been caught absolutely... Wait. Gareth has lost it out of the final corner, and MLS BR5 has got... What? Jabil around the outside of Prems. Jabil into P1. MLS BR5 has lost the car, and that is the end of his chance. Well, he's disqualified anyways, but that is basically his evening over. I'm still trying to process what has happened here on the restart, as now MDO15 is making the move on Thibaldin, and how he's up into P5. He could be a one to watch in this race. YZ9 BRT is up into P13. Gareth is in last, and he's right behind MLS BR5. He's now going to go for a move down the inside of El Patrick. El Patrick had no defense to that one, and MDO15 has made the move an easy level bot already. So these soft tire runners are starting to cut through the pack. Not really sure what happened on that safety car restart. I think Gareth lost the rear end, and then, oh my god, what on earth is easy level bot doing? He's just taken out Thibaldin, and he's caused a 4 safety car. That looked very intentional from Easy Level Bot there. It looked like he just wiped out Thibaldin. And not quite sure what happened there. Oh, okay. Carlos is spun around now. What on earth is El Patrick doing? Why is El Patrick overtaking everyone? I'm not sure. Wait, I swear El Patrick was behind both Williams cars before this safety car, but now he's up into P5. I am so confused by what's happening at the moment. Oh, what on earth is he doing? What is El Patrick doing? What is he doing? Why is he... I don't get what El Patrick is doing here. He's driving like an idiot, and he's overtaken everyone, and then just slowed down, and everyone is too scared to overtake him because he just wiped out Prems and Carlos on his way into getting P1, and now he's holding up the pack, and AJK is off the track, and this has become very, very interesting. Who's in AI? Who is in AI? Is El Patrick in AI? Because his AI car is just overtaking the safety car. What? Yeah, I did see what happened there with easy level bot. The Steelers would definitely be looking at that, as they would definitely be looking at this incident too. I'm not sure what L. Patrick is doing here. Jabil's overtake. So everyone's just what? Two drivers have gone to overtake the safety. Okay, so everyone's just overtaking the safety car now. So we're gonna have to wait another few laps before we go racing again. And I'm so confused. L. Patrick has managed to get up into P1 and he's picked up no penalties. And Prems has been wiped out. Jean's into the pit lane. Carlos also got wiped out by L. Patrick. And okay. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Prems is now overtaking YC9 BRT, or maybe not. Is he going to? Not really sure what is going on. He is, so Prems is now overtaking drivers under safety car. His level bot has been there out of turn 4, so this is escalated very quickly, and I'm not quite sure what actually happened. AJR UK, could you elaborate on in AI? Is this guy in AI? Because restart with the 5-lap race. Okay. Well, he's another boy struggling. This is definitely the most absurd thing I've seen ever commentating. Well, L. Patrick now leads the race. Jayville is in P2. So Prems has managed to overtake the people he was overtaken by when he got hit off by L. Patrick. L. Patrick has managed to overtake everyone and get up into P1. And Veteran's now trying to re-overtake. So I'm not sure how L. Patrick's got up into P1 and not being penalised. B, how Prems is overtaking cars and not being penalised as well. C, not sure how. It's just so confusing. I don't think we will restart. We'll see. Let's just end off this race as Prems and Jayville. Sorry, not Prems and Veteran here are having a battle under the safety car. I'm very confused as to what is happening at the moment. Can the safety car come in this lap? Because I really don't have the patience to watch another lap of these guys battling under the safety car. Now MLS BR5 is overtaking cars as well. So it looks like, okay, never mind, let's get back to position. Okay, thankfully the safety car is in this lap. They've announced it very late. This game is very stupid. I'm not really sure what on earth has happened, but Jayville is in P2 and MDO15 through all the chaos is now into P3, and never mind, he's not into P3, and EduK, what? Why is he braking in the middle of a straight? I just don't get it. But Jayville now is, oh my god, this is horrendous. What am I? Oh my. This is interesting. Prems is going to try the move on Gareth, who's got front wing damage from somewhere, and he's going to go down the inside and he's going to get spun around, and that's what he gets for dive bombing it down the inside like an idiot. MW15 is going to try the move on El Patrick. Can he make it work? No, he can't. Jabil now leads. Veteran has somehow managed to get up into P2. MW15 is going past El Patrick, and Jean has dived on Tiger, and this is chaotic. Jean now, Gareth now is all over the back of El Patrick. Can he make the move now into P4? El Patrick's going to try to defend the inside, but Gareth is going to go down the inside anyways and pick up even more from wing damage. LGK now is going to overtake Jean and El Patrick on the exit 1 corner. Prems and NSBR5 are off at turn 11 after making contact. Jean has gone wide and been overtaken by Tiger and El Patrick. El Patrick is falling down the pack here, and now he's going to be overtaken by Carlos as well into the final corner easily. White's 9BRT now is going to make the move. Each level bot is around at the back, and White's 9BRT overtakes El Patrick, and now he's going to overtake Carlos as well into turn 1. Nearly. Nope. Well defended by Carlos there in towards turn 1. Whilst all this has been happening, I completely forgot that Jabil is still leading this race here. So his ideal situation, as I was speaking about earlier, is certainly been changed from how I pictured it, but he is still leading this race. But unfortunately for him, the trouble is he has now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soft tyre runners behind him, and they will all be hungry to get all over the back of him. Motor race. I'm not sure if you could call this a motor race. This has been chaotic, to say the least. The Steelers will be busy tonight. Let's just leave it at that. But at the moment, Veteran is staying within the 1 second range of Jabil, which he needs to get the DRS. MW15 once again had an awful restart there in the Alfa Romeo. He was P2 and then he fell to P5 because of his, P3, and he fell to P5 because of his awful restart. But he's managed to get back to P3, and DRS is enabled this lap. Gareth now could be under attack from EJK, who has a full front wing, unlike the Williams driver who's got the damage to the front wing. But anyways, let's look at MW15 is now all over the back of Veteran in the Ferrari. Can he make the move here in towards turn 4? No, he cannot. He's going to have to wait behind. Can anyone else possibly make a move? Looks like Noah's closed off. Gareth picks up another 3 time penalty. Let's have a look at the penalty. 6 seconds for Gareth, 6 seconds for Tiger, 3 seconds for Patrick, 6 seconds for Jean, and 5 seconds for MSBR, 5 for speeding in the pit lane, but he is disqualified anyway, so he just will not count in this race. Jabil though is doing well to keep the pace up and stay away from Veteran even on the harder tyres. It looks like Veteran is more under pressure from MW15 than he's putting the pressure on Jabil. Gareth does not have the pace to stick with these guys on the with the damaged front wing, but AJK doesn't have the pace to stick with Gareth. But yeah, Prems was robbed, but I don't know. I just don't know what really occurred in that safety car period. But let's focus on the present. ECL bot is spun again at the back, and MW15 is all over the back of Veteran. Double lock up in towards turn 1. Cannot make the move there. But can MW15 possibly make the move into turn 4 on the Ferrari driver? Doesn't look like it at the moment, as they now head towards the end of this first sector. That is it for the penultimate first sector of the race. Can Jabil possibly get any close to can Veteran possibly get any close to Veteran? But he's not going to be helped here by MW15 diving it down the inside, but well defended there from the Ferrari, and looks like these two are more pent up and battling between themselves and battling with Jabil, as now the gap is 1.2 seconds. They've fallen out of DRS range. Easy Overbot is retired from the session in the pit lane. Pardon me, not his finest display anyways tonight. MDO15, can he possibly make the move on Vettin here? He's now got the advantage of Vettin not being within the DRS range of the Red Bull in front. It looks like Jabil will take this win unless he makes any major mistakes through the final lap here. And Gareth has interestingly closed back within the DRS range. Tiger's also gone past AJ UK, so AGR UK at some point on this lap, but AJ UK will re-overtake him due to the penalty situation. But AGR UK, sorry, MDO15 is going to be under pressure from Gareth into towards turn 1. Very late on the brakes for Alfa Romeo, somehow not running into the back of Ferrari and keeping it on track. 1.7 is the gap now between Vettin and Jabil. I think Jabil has got this one in the bag, but Gareth now is going to go down the other side of MDO15. I'm not really sure why MDO15 is fighting it. Gareth has got so many penalties anyways, so MDO15 will stay in front, even as long as he doesn't make a mistake. But MDO15 keeps the position on track anyways. Looks like he wants to finish ahead of him on track and not get it through penalties. But at the moment it looks like it will be Jabil who is heading towards victory here in Bahrain after being so disappointed last week out in Australia after unfortunately being taken out through no fault of his own. It looks like he will be the victor this week, but any last lap mistakes, that would be uncharacteristic of how he is driven tonight. He's been absolutely impeccable, and he will cut as long as he keeps it facing the right direction out of the final corner. He will cross the line to win for the first time, I believe. No, not sorry. Second time, I believe, in NRL, maybe the third. But Jabil crosses the line. He wins in Bahrain. It's victory for Red Bull. Vettin takes P2. MDO15 finishes P3. AJ UK in 4th for AlphaTauri. Carlos in P5 for Aston Martin. White9 BRT jumps his teammate into P6. Gareth finishes 7th. Tiger Assassin finishes 8th. El Patrick finishes 9th for Alfa Romeo. I'm not sure if he'll keep that position due to whatever he was doing during that safety car period, but it'll be Jean who takes home P10 after a chaotic debut for Haas F1 team, but Prems unfortunately will finish last in this race. Well, last of the drivers who finished in this race. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Dane Granger. Not really sure what happened in that race, but yeah, stewards will deal with it. We can only look forward to next week's race, which hopefully is a better experience for many of the drivers and for me commentating, because I was really confused with that last safety car. But congratulations to Jabil. Like Luca Rosman said, unreal from him. Dominated a large part of the race. Just a great drive in general from the Red Bull driver, who takes his first, and I'm sure won't be only, race win of this season here, as he takes P1 here under the floodlights. So congratulations to him, the English driver, finally getting his first points on the board, and not a bad way to kick off his season with 25 points there. They'll catapult him up into the top 5 in the standings, probably the top 3. Congratulations Vettin for that P2 finish for Ferrari, and of course MD15, congratulating you two for finishing in P3. But here the final race results is Jabil in P1 for Red Bull, and then Vettin finished P2 for Ferrari. MD15 rounding out the podium in P3. AJ UK in P4. That is his first points finish since season 1, so good to see him back in the points and not in the DNS. Carlos finished 5th for Aston Martin, so good race for him. There were 2 Williams in 6th and 7th. They were disappointed with that. Tiger in 8th. El Patrick in 9th for Alfa Romeo. Jean in 10th for Haas. 11th is Prems. And then MLS BR5, Easelbot, Thibaldine, Charger 703, Norwegian Boy, and Burglar were our DNFEs from tonight. Welcome to the stream, the Scout Dan. I hope you enjoy the stream. But I've been EVG F1 Lover streaming for round 2 of NRL PlayStation 2. And I'll see you all next week for the Spanish Grand Prix before a 1 week break followed by the Imola Sprint race. So lots to look forward to in the next few weeks. But for now, that's all. I've been EVG F1 Lover, and I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you all next time.